Hello, people of God. It's Pastor Stephen at St. Paul's United Church of Christ in Amityville on Friday, December 18, and this is QuaranVlog number 133. And you can see a day after the snow. Well, it's partly plowed out here. I don't quite know what's going on with this spot right here. I think they tried and weren't sure what they were doing. And fortunately, the sun is starting to melt some of the area. It was very slippery here just a couple hours ago, and I got a call from a delivery man that was just outside and wasn't sure what door to come to, and had some supplies for our janitors for waxing the floors. But anyway, we got that stuff in. And here are a few things that are going on now. First of all, we are working on a virtual Christmas Eve service that will be available for you to see at 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve. And it will include, I think, at least 7 different singers who are submitting videos that they've done at home. And we will have at least a dozen young people, children, that will be sharing the Christmas story in different ways. There'll be a rousing sermon, I think, we'll see. And we hope people will gather, and there will also be candlelight in 2 different ways. One is the Advent candles, and I know that some families have been doing Advent candle ceremonies using curriculum that Marlene Dady has been sharing with them. And that just warms my heart to know that people are doing that at home the best they can. And if you have Advent candles, you can light them with the people. The Herbst family will be lighting them that night. And then light your Christ candle too. Also, toward the end, we'll do what we often do at our midnight service, which actually ends at midnight usually. And that will be lighting candles as we sing Silent Night. Let me know how many verses you'd like to sing, and if you think we should sing in German as well, because if so, then I, and we might have another singer, we will have to learn how to sing in German. My phone just said that slow power, yes, that happens when we're out in the cold. I think we kept on recording. Let's see. I found out that one of our members that I knew she was a caregiver, but she is working at Keystone Villas, and she was recently able to let me know that the main patient that she's caring for is a member of our church, and she will be with that member on Christmas Eve, and plans on bringing her laptop or whatever is necessary to share our virtual Christmas Eve worship service. And I was telling her that we were going to have candles. Oh, probably you can't have those in the villa. And then she says, well, I'm going to get some battery-powered ones. What a great idea. And as she talked with her director, I think they're going to make that available, and candles available, to all the residents there. At least at the part where she's working. I'm not sure all about the details, but isn't that neat? Someone finding a way to share a virtual Christmas with someone that might not otherwise have been able to share it. Maybe you can think of someone that you need to share this with, family member, a friend, or neighbor, or co-worker. If they don't have a place or a way to share on Christmas Eve and don't want to just turn on the TV and watch some basic show, they could virtually worship with us. I would love to see some people doing that. Also, you might have heard that Saturn and Jupiter, the 2 biggest planets, are converging. And I think Shannon saw them last night over our parsonage, kind of over in the southwest, right after sundown. You can see them every night. They're getting a little closer, and on Monday, which is the winter solstice, the shortest daylight day of the year, is when they're supposed to converge. And the last time that happened was in the 1200s. And some people say this might have been what was going on when the wise men saw the star over Bethlehem. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping we can get some good pictures of that star on Monday night. Wouldn't it be cool if we got one with the steeple there behind it? We'll see what we can do. It might be a little bit too low or a weird angle, but we'll do the best we can. And even though we're talking about Monday with that star, we're talking about Christmas Eve at 6 o'clock, we will make that video available for virtual worship. Don't forget this Sunday, 9:30, we have virtual worship. We're not meeting in person anymore, but this is one of our scheduled communion services, an Advent communion service. So I encourage you, if you need milk and bread, also you want to make sure you have some grape juice or red wine or something that you can use as a substitute for Holy Communion. And we will be sharing the Lord's Supper virtually this coming Sunday. Our scripture comes from this Sunday's worship service, comes from Luke 1:37. After finding out that she was going to bear the Christ child, Mary says yes to the dress. No, she says yes to the Lord. And she's a little bit confused how this can possibly happen since she's a virgin, and the angel gives her an explanation, and she said, okay, I'm up for it, whatever. And when she asks about how it can happen, the angel says in Luke 1:37, for nothing is impossible with God, or for no word from God will ever fail. I'm going to talk about why there are two options for what verse 37 actually says, either that nothing is impossible with God or no word from God will ever fail. Excuse me. And we'll talk about that Sunday. We'll share in the Lord's Supper. And here's a song that's in my mind. It was written in Hollywood in the summer of 1945 by songwriters Sammy Cahn and Jewel Stein. And it's in my head lately, and I've changed the words just a little bit. And maybe I'll get to do a recording of this a little bit later. Yesterday I did Footprints in the Snow that you might have seen, which goes back to the 1880s, but then it was made popular in the 1940s by Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys. It became a bluegrass standard. It's a song I've been singing for a while, Footprints in the Snow. You might want to check that out. But instead of that song, the other one that I have in mind, oh, by the way, when you see that video, notice I made some footprints in the snow behind where I'm singing. This one, oh, the weather outside is frightful, but inside it's so delightful. At least we don't have to mow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And with that, I will leave you, and I hope to see you in virtual worship Sunday.